Alright, moving on for week 6. I'm going to take care of 18, 19, and 20 here. And number 18. Two triangles measuring this. So in similarity, it just means you have a triangle or any shape, square, rectangle, octagon. It really doesn't have to be same sides or the same number, but you're comparing two shapes that are exactly the same. One is bigger and one is smaller, and all it did is take it to a basically a Xerox machine and enlarged it or decreased it. So I took this triangle, took it to a Xerox machine, and enlarged it. What they didn't tell you in the problem is that 5 is the smallest side, just like 3 over here was. So 5 should be drawn on the same side as the 3 would be, so smaller to smaller. And what's necessary to know is that the 15 is the largest side. So out of these numbers, 9 is the largest side, is the bottom. So the number 15 should be represented on the largest side also. Find the length of the missing side, so this is x. So all you're going to do is set up a proportion. We're going to do some cross multiplying. So I'm going to use the sides 3 and 5. So 3 for the small triangle, 5 for the big triangle. And that is going to equal, well, I'm going to get the x in here. So I have 3 over 5. I'm going to follow the same pattern. 3 to 5 and 6 to x. So now I have my fraction. I'm going to cross multiply. I have 3 times x equals 5 times 6. I'm going to leave that up to you to finish off and tell me how long that missing side is. Solve for x. Number 19. One high-speed jet travels 100 miles faster per hour than the other one. Alright, so one jet travels at this speed. We don't know what it is. We know that the other jet going faster travels 100 miles per hour faster. So that means I'm going to take the speed of the first one and always add 100 to it. So in the problem they gave you some numbers. When one plane travels 2,000 miles, the other plane travels 1,500 miles. Now remember, this is miles per hour, so if they traveled 2 hours, there's going to be a difference of 200 because it's 100 miles per hour faster. So don't look at your answers and think, well, if one's 300, the other has to be 4. That'd only be if it traveled in 1 hour. So remember, this is the slower plane on top, faster plane on bottom. One plane travels 2,000 miles, the other one travels 1,500. So knowing that is key because the slower plane is going to travel less miles. So 1,500 miles on top because that works with the slower plane. The faster plane is this, and it travels 2,000 miles when they are measuring. So we're going to do cross multiplying just like I did for number 18. I'm going to multiply 2,000 times x. Now this is the only tricky part here. I'm going to do 1,500 times all of this, x plus 100. Now don't lose the zeros on this, so I have 2,000x equals distribute. 15 times 1x is 1,500x plus 1,500 times that is 150,000. Now it's your job to get all the x's over here, so subtract these and divide out and tell me the speed of each plane. So x is how much, and then x plus 100 is the other one. So figure out x and then plug them in to tell me the two speeds. Now number 20, you have an inverse variation here. We have y equals k over x. So the intensity is over here. So intensity is here. varies inversely, so that's the key part that we have over here, with the distance. So first up, we're going to plug in x and y to calculate. Okay. Alright, so I have intensity of 90 and distance of 5 meters. Alright, so I plug them in. 90 equals k over 5. Put that over 1, cross multiply, and solve for k. Then plug in again. The next number, 40 intensity, equals the number you got for k here, and then leave that as x. So calculate x in the end. So over 1, put your number in from here in there, solve for x. That's the course of action for number 20.